You thought that young Jock and Kendra were finally getting along. But this scandal witch isn't some insignificant reality TV dramas going to blow everything up in the face of accusations that young Jock lost it. The worst part is that it all happened in publicise, in front of cameras and witnesses in Atlanta, including most likely half of them, are claiming that Jock lost it. Oh honey, this is bad. We're talking about screaming, broken glass, and the kind of fallout that could ruin Jock's career forever. Jock might not be able to bounce back from this one, let's say, and Kendra, you're not ready for how she took it. But this is where things get even worse, when Jock lost his head, since this was more than just a random outburst. No, it was personal. You'll understand why Jock lost it, I promise, and the internet will be rocked by the consequences from this one. I'm about to spill some scalding tea, so fasten your seatbelt. But nobody could have predicted how quickly things would spiral out of control. Insiders claim that Jock and Kendra had been having issues behind closed doors for months, and witnesses claim that on this particular night, everything came to a head. From the moment they arrived, Jock and Kendra appeared nervous at a fancy lounge in Atlanta. According to reports, Jock was drinking like water while Kendra was icily browsing through her phone. The heated argument started with Kendra continuing to roll her eyes and shake her head while the Jock leaned near her, his face strained. According to witnesses, Kendra got up suddenly and shouted something that caused Jock's face to become pale. According to one account, Jock lost it when Kendra said, "You're a joke. That's why he's better than you." Oh my God. According to reports, the athlete got to his feet so fast that his face turned white. The whole lounge became silent as the Jock's face contorted in rage, and he took Kendra's arm not firmly enough to hurt her, but enough to make him stand out. "Who the hell is better than me, Kendra?" "Honey," he cried in a trembling voice, and she just smiled and replied, "Don't. You want to know?" Jock broke, according to witnesses, and knocked over the table, strewing glasses and dishes everywhere. Others started to grab their phones and record every second of the eruption as they slammed to the ground. One witness claims that Jock yelled, "Who is it, Kendra? Who have you been seeing?" And Kendra was alarmed. Security had already started to close in by this point, but Jock wasn't done. He lunged at Kendra, his hands shaking with rage, and security grabbed him and started dragging him toward the Kendra. "You owe me that," Jock said as he walked away. "Tell me who it is." Kendra just stood there, arms crossed, with that smug little smile on her face. And then it got worse, because just as Jock was being pulled out of the lounge, guess who walked in? Scrappy. Yep, Jock's own friend Scrappy walked in looking guilty as hell. Jock's eyes widened, and for a split second, you could see the realization hit him. Jock reportedly turned to Kendra and screamed, "It's him, isn't it?" "You've been sleeping," Jock screamed. "You're supposed to be my brother." But security was already holding him back as he lunged at Scrappy. "Oh my God," Kendra just smiled and said, "I told you he's better than you. How could you have hurt Scrappy and me like this?" The situation worsened when security was dragging Jock out the door. "Oh baby." He dared to shrug. "But it just sort of happened, dude." Yes, Kendra and Scrappy went out hand in hand, but guess who was waiting outside with cameras rolling? The video was uploaded to the internet within minutes, and Twitter went crazy. Kendra couldn't have done that on her own. Scrappy was betraying his boy, and I don't blame him. But this wasn't just a public outburst. It was a full-blown betrayal. And the Jock wasn't just upset, he was humiliated. Kendra wasn't even trying to hide it. She was spotted the next day. How long has this been going on? Did Jock really not know? And what will happen now that there are rumors that Jock isn't done yet? Nope. He's already calling his legal team. According to sources, Jock is planning to hit Kendra so hard that it damages her bank account. And Scrappy, oh honey, is reportedly planning to expose him for everything. Kendra, oh, is going to discover that Jock isn't the type to take a shit. And go because Jock isn't when security dragged him out of the building. Jock wasn't done, baby. He wasn't just going to go home and sleep it off. Instead, he was furious. Witnesses reported seeing Jock sit in his car for at least 15 minutes, his hands gripping the steering wheel until his knuckles turned white, without moving, without speaking, just breathing heavily. As if he was trying to stop himself from... Can you really blame him for doing something crazy? And honestly, his girl made him look bad in front of half of Atlanta and the entire world online when she cheated with one of his closest friends, Scrappy, of all people. Jock was deeply hurt by the betrayal and wasn't just angry, he was embarrassed. To make matters worse, his phone exploded while he was sitting in his car trying not to lose it. At first, it was just text messages. The video is all over the place because, yes, the footage from the lounge had already made it to the internet and the headlines were cruel. Young Jock breaks down after seeing Kendra with Scrappy love and hip-hop. However, when the calls from the Shade Room in Hollywood Unlocked started coming in, everyone wanted a statement. And guess what? Jock didn't answer. Then, according to sources, Jock's manager called, and when Jock finally answered, he yelled, "Into the phone, Jock, you need to get ahead of this." Kendra Osis wasn't hiding though, because later that night, at a private after-party in Buckhead, Kendra and Scrappy were spotted walking into the venue, arm in arm, holding hands and grinning. The paparazzi caught them walking into the venue together, looking completely unbothered. Star young Jock lashes out after Kendra is caught red-handed with Scrappy. After everything, Kendra fell for this Jock and he needs to cut them both off. Was wearing Jock's chain? Yes, Jock's chain. And Kendra was wearing a tight designer dress that Jock had bought her for their anniversary. The disrespect was real, and witnesses say that when Jock saw the pictures online, he was at home when he threw his phone so hard that it broke against the wall and started pacing back and forth while screaming, "She's really trying to play me." After everything I did for her, the drama didn't end there though, because just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, an anonymous source who claims to be close to Kendra revealed some shocking receipts, claiming that Kendra and Scrappy's affair had been going on for months, yes, months, and that they had been skulking around behind Jock's back for a while. Jock's mother allegedly called him and told him, "Boy, you better handle this and not let that girl play you like that." Oh my God. And it gets worse, because guess who else knew Carly Red? Yes, Carly allegedly tried to warn Jock months ago. But Jock didn't trust her sources when she said Kendra isn't who you think she is. You need to watch your back. Jock dismissed this, thinking it was just more of a case of Carly being messy, because, let's face it, Carly is not trustworthy. The Shade Room posted screenshots of what appear to be explicit messages between Kendra and Scrappy, such as, "We're talking, baby. When are you coming over?" And Jock still thinks I'm at the spa. The messages were from 2 weeks ago, meaning that Kendra was still playing with Scrappy and smiling in Jock's face. Carly was right this time, but it gets crazy because of the leaked text messages. Reports state that Jock is enraged. "You're dead to me, Scrappy. Don't ever call me again." Jock allegedly screamed into the phone. "Oh, he had the nerve to act like it wasn't a big deal," Scrappy said, adding, "He told Jock that it just happened and that you'll get over it." Oh no, he didn't. Jock reportedly hung up and immediately called his lawyers. Sources claim that Jock isn't just out to get at Kendra and Scrappy. It's going to hit them where it hurts. Financial ventures, as well as purportedly cutting Scrappy out of their music contracts. Not only that, but there are also allegations that Jock is getting ready to sue Kendra for emotional anguish. Insiders claim that Jock has text conversations, photos, and bank documents that show Kendra was using Jock's money to pay for her vacations with Scrappy. Oh, but don't worry. The next day, Kendra and Scrappy were photographed together at a fancy hotel. Had the gall to post a selfie with the words, "Loyalty is everything," and said unbothered, "Excuse me?" Jock is about to go public and deserves a better time. Insiders claim that Jock is already in contact with a prominent gossip website to share his perspective, and he isn't holding back. She went off on a loyalty rant after what you just did to Jock, Kendra, and Scrappy and needs to be canceled immediately. What happened when Jock finally shared his side of the story? How long has this been going on? And did Scrappy and Kendra truly think Jock wouldn't find out? You're not prepared for what's about to happen, honey. Jock had not finished. Oh no, not that. He is going to blame Scrappy and Kendra for everything, and he has the receipts. Although Kendra may believe she won this round, Jock isn't the kind to backtrack and go. Insiders claim that as Jock hung up, he went into revenge mode. Thus, that phone chat with Scrappy was just the beginning. "Oh yes, baby," he reportedly said to his team, and they wanted to play. The security footage from that night in the lounge is awful, I must say. In the background, Scrappy is seen looking incredibly guilty while Jock is seen ranting at Kendra. Additionally, Kendra can be seen smiling in Jock's face before Scrappy comes up to her and wraps his arm around her before the portion that broke. Kendra, oh honey, bends in and gives Scrappy a kiss on video as the internet Jock lunges for him, and security pulls him back. Kendra kissed Scrappy directly in Jock's face as Twitter went berserk. Scrappy seemed to be on the verge of a mental collapse. Someone ought to see how he's doing. Jock deserves better, and Jock and Scrappy are in love with him. However, Jock lost it after he viewed the video reports that say that he was sitting in his studio when the video went viral. I shouted, "I'm done being played," and then Jock went live. Yes, Jock went on Instagram Live with over 100,000 viewers tuned in. And let me tell you the tea he spilled, oh honey, it was scalding. Jock started the live sitting in his studio, shaking his head. His eyes were bloodshot, and his voice was low and steady. Steady Jock looked directly into the camera and said, "So, y'all saw the video, right?" "Yes, that's my gal, or at least I believed she was kissing me." The alleged brother standing right in front of me. He shook his head and continued, "They've been playing me for months." And then Jock threw me a curveball. Oh my God. Jock started pacing back and forth while rubbing his hands together. "And Scrappy-o, you've been cheating on me with Scrappy since last summer while I was on tour, paying her bills and arranging business deals." Just when Jock was starting to realize that I'm not the person to play with, he pulled out his phone, held it up to the camera, and read the text messages out loud. "I'm still out of town and I already miss you," he added. The worst part was that the timestamps on these messages were from when Jock was out of town helping Kendra, and he wasn't done yet. He opened his email and showed another receipt. "You can come over and wish you were here instead of him. This is a credit card statement that shows that Kendra used my money to book flights and hotel rooms for Scrappy." Excuse me, you all thought? I was crazy. But no, Kendra and Scrappy played me. "Oh, I'm filing for a lawsuit for emotional distress and misuse of funds. You might want to hire a lawyer as well, Scrappy, because the studio deals you thought you had went out of business." Oh, honey, they were brutal. You slept with my brother. You thought I wouldn't find out. You took my money. You played my heart. And now it's time to air you both. I'm cutting you both off. Oh my God. Twitter exploded. Jock, the final boss, needs to release a diss track immediately. And guess what? Was already in the studio that same night. Jock posted a clip of himself recording a track and the lyrics. While Jock was preparing to destroy them both, Kendra and Scrappy continued to act as if nothing had happened, as she posted an Instagram story of herself and Scrappy laughing and singing along to a rap song. Kendra wrote, "Unbothered, excuse me." Meanwhile, Scrappy continued to play games, posting a photo of himself in front of a Rolls-Royce with the caption, "Loyalty." It has been reported that Jock, the bigger person, called the Breakfast Club and arranged an interview, saying he plans to sit down and explain everything, including how long the affair lasted, how much money Kendra spent, and how Scrappy betrayed him. And guess what? Jock's team is reportedly working on a new reality show deal. Yes, Jock is about to turn this scandal into a bag, and Kendra, oh honey, might not be invited to the premiere. And More importantly, will Kendra's reputation be ruined when Jock finally releases that diss track? Oh honey, this isn't even close because Jock is just getting started. And when that interview is released, you better believe that it will go viral. So stay tuned because, trust me, you aren't prepared for what's about to happen. The real question is how long this has been going on. Did Kendra really think that Jock wouldn't find out? And did Scrappy really think that Jock wouldn't? Payback. They clearly underestimated Jock because if there's one thing we know about him, it doesn't take blows well. And after the way they publicly humiliated him, you better believe that Jock is going to come for them both. But the real question is, how long has this been going on? Is Kendra taking advantage of Jock the entire time? Or did things just get out of hand? How can Scrappy get over this? Can Jock really cut Scrappy out of the picture? Is it possible that they could get away with this? That diss track is going to rock the music industry, so make sure you hit the like button if you're here for the drama. Oh honey, the possibilities are endless. But let's face it, Jock isn't just going to sit back and let this happen. He's already planning to expose them both. And what about Kendra? Will she truly support Scrappy now that everyone is aware of the betrayal? Or was she just using Scrappy to get even with Jock? I assure you that this scandal is far from over, so please subscribe. The next update will be delectable, and you won't be ready for what happens next.